What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's your boy Goldy, and I wanted to talk to you today about hero balance, specifically Mercy. Now, we know that Mercy recently got her resurrect time slowed down so she can't res as quick, but the thing is, guys, I still think people completely underestimate how powerful Mercy is. I mean, she's got the best ult in the game, and, you know, a res which can give everyone a second chance to push instead of waiting to regroup if someone gets picked early. And she's really good at stalling, something that I don't think is talked about enough. And I think most of all, she is the best healer at reacting to misplays from your allies. You know, like for example, Lucio's beat drop, you need to react sufficiently quickly to prevent deaths. To a degree, you need to use your abilities proactively as soon as a threat arrives. But if someone gets picked, it's too late. You can't react to that. With Mercy, however, you can. You don't need to prevent mistakes. You can undo them with res. So I think she's still the strongest out of Mercy, Lucio, Zen. I mean, and her ult charges the fastest and it's the most powerful. I completely understand though why people want to push her out of the meta, but I think she's going to be still a very strong pick until her ult gets nerfed. So I found some interesting statistical information. There's a player by the name of Omnicometa. I highly recommend you go to his website omnicometa.com. He writes some great meta reports. And he drew up a chart just comparing how many reses Mercy is doing with the new patch compared to the old. And essentially, it's just showing that there's about a 20% decrease in resurrections per match across all tiers of play. I mean, the lowest tiers being bronze, having the highest amount of res decrease with a 23% decrease, and at the top of the charts, GM players only having a 15% decrease. So it basically just suggests that the latest patch point 1.17, is making Resurrect much harder to pull off and has effectively increased the skill cap of Mercy. She requires a lot much more skill to play to be able to pull off those reses at the crucial time. There is some bad news with the changes, that Mercy's res is still stronger than before her patch 1.15 kit rework. So she's still getting 40% more resurrections even in patch 1.17 than she was prior to her rework. I mean, I know that resurrect is used differently in patch 1.17, negating early team death fights, versus patch 1.14, like resurrecting multiple teammates at the end of a team fight. So some good news for many players is that Resurrect has been toned down, although Resurrect is still arguably more powerful since it became a regular ability. You guys know my thoughts on this. I think that she should have been left alone to begin with. I don't know why they decided to Frankenstein Mercy and pull her apart and make her into a completely different hero almost. What do you guys think about this? Because to me, I feel pretty strongly about it. They've made this massive change and made her completely overpowered, and then done a slight nerf to her, but still very overpowered. Do you guys prefer Mercy in her original form when she had a team res, or do you like how she can sort of res on the fly now? What's your preference? So I just wanted to quickly show the chart that Omnicometa made as well with regards to Ana's damage per patch and after patch. So basically her rifle got a 17% damage buff, so the chart just really shows how much of an actual impact it is in real matches. So Ana's average damage per comp match goes up around 5% across tiers, which is kind of a far cry from the buffs promised, and Ana's eliminations per match also goes up around 5% per tier. It's a seemingly low impact result, but I think that, you know, healers are meant to be, you know, healing most of the time, not DPSing. I still think that, you know, while it's great to add the damage ability to Ana, she needed a bit of a boost. I don't know why the healing is being overlooked a bit. I still feel her healing is lackluster. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys tell me below in the comments. But having Anna as a main healer, you just can't expect to have her damage and eliminations high anyway. So I don't think the changes really made a huge amount of difference. The offensive capability could help change the tide of fights, as you know, people might have to be a bit more cautious when they see a good Anna and might have to play, you know, less aggressively now than what they have in the past. Like, for example, Farah and flankers become particularly more vulnerable with the change and may need to play a little bit more conservative. So the final chart I want to show you of Omnic metas is the win rate change, the new patch versus the old patch. So basically with the Mercy nerf and the Anna buff, how has it changed their win rate? For Anna, it just appears that it had a positive impact across the board. Kind of at lower tiers, Anna players are winning 3% more matches, while higher tier Annas are winning up to 5% more of their matches, which is a good result. So Anna's no longer a garbage tier hero she once was. Though, as mentioned before, most of this success is likely predicted on perception and not increased offensive statistics. For Mercy, her win rate hasn't changed much and even has gone up to 3% at the higher tiers. I think many players would have expected her win rate to be down with the major nerf to Resurrect, but it's just simply not the case. So what are the overall win rates of Mercy and Anna? Mercy's win rate changes from 48% at Bronze to 56% at Grandmaster, while Anna's win rate changes from 42% at Bronze to 50% at Grandmaster. So basically Mercy's still completely overpowered and Anna's impact is somewhat limited, even though she had a little bit of a boost in her win rate. Some observations about the Mercy change from a DPS player myself is that Mercy is so much easier to kill when she's doing her Resurrect, because she's like kind of snared into position and just slowly walking, and it makes it incredibly easy to land a rocket or two on her and have her boom dead. Whereas before the patch, she'd just fly off straight away and it would be impossible to catch up to her. You'd need to have like a concussion blast ability available to propel yourself forward enough to get into line where you could aim your rocket straight at her. So I definitely think it has made it a lot more easy to kill Mercy, and I think that's a good thing, because she should be somewhat vulnerable in situations. Yes, she does have Guardian Angel and she can fly around and escape easily, but she still needs to not be like, oh, I'll just fly from A to B to B to C and then I'll just use my ult and go up in the air and no one can attack me, except maybe a really good Widow. But yeah, I think it's a much better change. I still wish Mercy was in her current state before they did this Frankenstein hacksawing of her and changing her all around. And I am very how do you guys feel about the constant approach of, oh, is a healer not doing well enough, let's just add more DPS to them? I mean, I think that's great, and DPS is definitely fun. I mean, if it wasn't, why would we be having these, you know, discussions about in the community about, oh, everyone wants to play DPS, no one wants to play healer or tank? So I think it's good that, you know, you include those sorts of abilities that make the heroes much more viable and appealing to people that may not really want to heal. So it's good to have, but I think the primary focus should always be their primarily healing role and making sure that that is suitable and not butchered. So I'm hoping that we see with the next patch some updates to Anna's healing amount, because I feel at the moment it still could be increased. What do you guys think anyway? I want to know down in the comments. There's a lot to be digested here. But I still think, in summary, Mercy is the most OP hero in Overwatch. Anywho, that is me for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and it brought a smile to your face. And if you're having a garbage day, like I was yesterday and didn't post a video, I hope that it gets better, and it will. And I can tell you, because I'm having a great day today and I'm so happy to make this video for you guys, and I hope it has helped. So please do like the video if you liked it and subscribe for more videos. I am Goldy and I make videos daily, so I will see you all next video. Have a great weekend and I will look forward to seeing you very soon. Okay guys, bye. Take care, bye.
You got the whips and the dough. You got the riches and gold. You could never step say Colorado.
Ow, what the god damn? What the hell, Carl?